12 kilometers wide and older than any known city. A 2024 satellite picked it up near Azores. The shapes were strangely symmetrical, not random. Scientists called it sonar ghost at first. Then the coordinates matched an ancient Greek map. The map showed only one single word. That word read, Atlantis in faded ink. No other notes or dates on the map. Talk exploded online for days. Teams left quietly last month. The Atlantic fought every attempt to see. Storms came on schedule like clockwork. Sub-bottom profilers showed regular grid-like forms. They looked built, not carved by tides. If real, textbooks need rewriting fast. If false, we wasted time and money. Tonight, a storm will test the truth. Or the ocean will keep the secret. Either way, history is watching. This find could rewrite human history. They sent deep sonar drones for routine mapping. What came back was not rock. The sonar showed repeating geometry across the seabed. It reads like a plan, not nature. Something human built this, but not our era. No pottery shards, no obvious burial sites. The architecture follows perfect math, not random tides. We don't have tools listed in our records. Either we lost a chapter, or we were never alone. The team feels small down there. You can hear the ocean press against the hull. I keep thinking about purpose. Why build such exactness and then vanish? This isn't a horror story, it's a question. We will need new dates, new digs, new courage. For now, the sea keeps its secret, but records won't stay buried forever.
12,000 years ago, the map looked different. We just found something that proves that. A stone plate with coastlines that don't exist now. One landmass there, gone today. Think about sea levels rising fast. Think about cities underwater. Who lived there? What did they know? This map forces us to rethink history. It hints at travel we didn't expect. Maybe trade routes crossed that lost shore. Maybe knowledge sank with the land. Or maybe someone erased it on purpose. We have symbols we can't read. They repeat in patterns no one recognizes. If even a fragment survives, proof exists. This changes what we teach in school. And it makes the ocean feel less empty. We need to dig, decode, and debate. The map is a question more than an answer. For now, we stare at a coastline we lost.
783 hertz hit the stone in the lab. The tablet vibrated under the probe and sang. The tone matched Earth's slow, steady natural pulse. Everyone in the room froze and watched the numbers. For 2 seconds, the ocean answered to that pulse. It was not a wave, but a uniform, tiny shiver. Small currents shifted as marine life adjusted position. The instrument logged a clean spike and nothing else. We replayed the tone and saw the same result. The stone stayed intact without fracture or visible debris. For 2 seconds, the lab felt connected to something larger. We kept our hands off the equipment, unsure what caused it. When the tone faded, normal sound returned and questions multiplied. We all looked at each other and didn't pretend to know. The DNA didn't match anything known. It came from scrapings inside a tablet. We ran it through every database available. No existing human ancestry matched those markers. But parts of it did appear elsewhere, in ancient bones from Sudan and South America. No migration routes explain that link. Maps and ships and timelines all conflict. So what are we looking at? A lost population, accidental mix, or something else? The tablet had no obvious modern contamination. Layer dates put it centuries older than expected. More samples are coming from other sites. Teams argue over contamination versus contact. Skeptics want simpler explanations before claims spread, but the pattern keeps appearing. Same markers, different continents. Same time slices. If it's true, we missed something huge, and the tablet might be the key. Or it's a problem we haven't solved. Either way, scientists keep digging, because mysteries like this don't sit quiet. 16 symbols lit up at once, glowing like alarms. The ROV had broken a seal of cooled lava. Air pockets stayed trapped for thousands of years. The bubbles held pressure like old, locked jars. We could hear nothing but the hum of instruments. The carvings answered the light like a secret. They only showed themselves at one tiny angle. The symbols pulsed with a rhythm you could feel. No language we knew matched them or the beat. For a moment, we all forgot to breathe. Then the ROV brushed a seam in the lava. A hairline crack appeared, and the trapped air sighed. The pressure hit the sensors like a cold slap. We watched the bubbles rise, perfectly clean and old. Those symbols kept glowing as if nothing had changed. The translation gives us one clear sentence. It says they built for those who would forget. That line changes how we read history. They carved warning and promise into stone. Memory here is treated like a fragile thing. So they built places to hold what fades. They did it not for glory or kings. The translator's light makes the letters move. We watch meaning slide across the wall. Each syllable fits like a key turning. If memory returns, they promise they will rise. Rise could mean reclaiming land or retaking stories, or it could mean something quieter but worse. We now hold an obligation we didn't ask for. Do we guard their memory or erase the warning? Either choice will change how futures remember us. So we translate, we decide, and we sleep uneasy. A circle and a slit, the end marker.
11 seconds erased the whole site's record. The monitoring consoles spike with raw data. Seismographs around the planet register the same pulse. Instruments tag it as a single event. For exactly 11 seconds, the ground sings. Then everything goes fully and abruptly still. The file on the tablet vanishes from every ledger. We replay the decoded message anyway. Everyone hears static under the voice. The live feed cuts out without warning. Load readings spike and hold at red. The beam's telemetry drops to 0. Engineers race to stabilize the structure. Sensors return only silence and corrupted time. Phones show timestamps that no longer line up. Someone says it was a glitch. No backup shows any trace. The tablet's ID is gone from every registry. We keep the footage anyway for records. No one can explain the gap.
One pulse changed everything overnight. We watch the feed at the lab. Satellites call it a vortex forming fast. It sits over the same stretch of ocean. Then, a single beam rises from deep water. Nobody can explain what it means. News cycles run like wildfire. Ships steer clear and fishermen quit their nets. We debate sending a team back. I volunteer because I have to know. My badge means nothing out there. The crew is small and tired. We leave the station before first light. The ocean feels wrong on the radio. Birds stay away from that area. On approach, the beam flickers like a pulse. It hums through the hull and bones. We lower a drone to probe the light. Its camera goes white, then shows nothing. We lose the link in 30 seconds. The ship's instruments spike and then go quiet. Someone laughs because it's a nervous laugh. The ocean remembers things we assume are lost. People call Atlantis a myth. Maybe they have been wrong all along. Water moves slowly and holds tiny traces. Sand covers buildings and songs and names. At low tide, shadows look like streets. A bell, a tile, a doorway still lie there. No crowds now, only pressure and slow pull. The sea remembers names louder than any book. We forget quickly, but the ocean files everything. People dive for treasure and pull up old stories. A child's toy, a ledger, a lover's ring appear. They are small and ordinary and heavy. They take our oldest arguments and quiet them. There is a patience in cold water. It keeps waiting for someone to remember. The hidden archives are not on paper. They are under currents and under loss. Some cities never die, they only sleep. We are the ones who wake them.